clutching at straw tender, a four-leaved clover. Well, I'm hoping these dark clouds will soon pass over. Well, how can you say that then say that it's over? How can you say that then say that it's over? Shame about the rain that we both know, a spark to regain from not so long ago.
Thank you.
Thank you. This is a song from our new LP, and it's called Your Ace from Space. Yep. I'm still coming down from last night. almost 10 feet tall. Splashdown came around right on time. We didn't have anything at all. Doctors scratch their heads, declare me a modern miracle. Tests confirm I'm nearly 10 feet tall. Out with her friends, I look down on them all. They can't even see me, I'm talking astronomical. It's time to scratch these rumors that I'm at a beck and call. Just confirm I'm nearly 10 feet tall. Floating out in deep space, in the dark, among the stars. Nobody to tell me Jupiter, Venus from Mars. In Saturn's late night bars, with hostess avatars. Said a Miss Baker, they know how it feels. They know how it feels. Spent most of my life moving at a steady crawl. Downside up in my spaceship amounts to not very much at all. She jumped in at the deep end and now, despite it all, I'm stuck with a wave that's nearly 10 feet tall. Tests confirm I'm nearly 10 feet tall. Vital signs read nearly 10 feet tall. Thank you.
Thank you. This next song is getting played on national radio in Norway at the moment, which is lovely news for us. And this is called Mr. Wilson Goes to Norway. Mr. Wilson has closed the bookshop. I saw the sign in his window today. Mr. Wilson has gone to Norway, and that's all that he wanted to say. Go, he had to go to say goodbye to his bad dreams, and go to see the scream and the midnight sun of a Lofoten. Mr. Wilson took a boat to Telemark. The first picture postcard arrived today. Mr. Wilson is heading for Volta, and that's all that he wanted to say. Go, he had to go to say goodbye to his bad dreams, and go to see the scream and the midnight sun of a Lofoten. Postcard arrived today. Mr. Wilson's in love in Norway, and that's all that he wanted to say. Go, he had to go to say goodbye to his bad dreams, and go to see the screen and the midnight sun of Lofoten. Go, he had to go to say goodbye to his bad dreams, and go to see the screen and the midnight sun of Lofoten. Thanks.
Thanks very much. The next song is called Girl on a Boat. It's the first song the Chesterfields ever wrote.
In 1984.
If a boy should go boating, then it's me. And if a boy should have his way, he'd go down to the sea. If the water came between us, it could be that the boat is more important than the goal. See, from coast to coast, I always make the most of my boat. The girls don't come close, 'cause all I need is a boat and the sea. Ooh. If a girl could go boating, then would you? And if a boy could have his way with you, then what would you do? If the water came between us, I don't know. If the girl is more important than the boat, no. From coast to coast, I always make the most of my boat. The girls don't come close, 'cause all I need is a boat and the sea. Ooh. Boy should lose his girl, he wouldn't mind. But if a boy should lose his boat, he'd go out of his mind. If a boy should lose his voice, he wouldn't mind. But if a boy should lose his boat, he'd go out of his mind. From coast to coast, always make the most of my boat. The girls don't come close, 'cause all I need is a boat and the sea. Thank you.
Thank you. This is called Fool is a Man. Fool is the man who thought he could last forever. Fool is the man who couldn't say no. Sad is the wind that blew away his opinion. Sad is the man who couldn't let go. Overcome by suddenly wondering where you are, like an old man flicking through memories. There you are, there you are. Fool is the man who saw through the eyes of others. Fool is the man who loses control. Sad is the wind that blew away his opinion. Sad is the man who couldn't let go. care, fool to bear, fool to care. I can't sleep when there's no one there. Where you are, there you are. Our fool is a man. Our fool is a man. Thank you.
Thank you. This is a song called Anywhere But Home. It's such an act of trust. You're sitting still beside me here. To tell these seats could tell a laugh, a cry, a punch, a tear. We're alone at last, with greenbacks crowding in on us. Your feet up on the dash like some hateful child on a big green bus. Hold me into the night. Oh baby, well here comes midnight. You make my poor heart sing. You make me everything. You drive me insane. You drive me anywhere but home.
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 Anywhere. The same since you gave me that book to read. It's J.G. Ballard's crash and I'm out of his head on this dangerous deed. Forgive me if I put my foot down. If I don't, we won't get home. I love to be with you, but I sometimes need to be alone. So hold me into the night. Oh baby, well here comes midnight. You make my poor heart sing. You make me everything. You drive me insane. You drive me anywhere but home.
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 Anywhere. As the miles roll on and on, I know that nothing can go wrong. The headlights catch us 2 by 2. We christen this Nissan, I love you. Drive me anywhere but home.
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 Thank you.
Thank you. So on the recording of this next one, we had a fabulous brass section, which we don't have today. So Helen and I are going to try and approximate that brass section. This is called Goodbye, Goodbye. Ba 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 ba. Said goodbye to love, though he didn't want to go. But she threw down the glove. Now surely time will lose these bitter memories. Now to find beneath someone to believe and actually live for, someone I can give for. Ba 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 ba. Said goodbye to love, and he let his feelings show. He looked for help from above. Now surely time will lose these bitter memories. Now to find beneath someone to believe and actually live for, someone I can give for. She threw down the glove. Now surely time will lose these bitter memories. Now to find beneath someone to believe and actually live for, someone I can give for. Now he says that he wants you. Well, you know that isn't true. So here's my tip for you. It's time for you. To go, she looked for help from above. Now surely time will lose these bitter memories. Now to find beneath someone to believe and actually live for, someone I can give for. Whoa, 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 whoa. Ba 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 ba.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This next song is off the new album and it's called Year on the Turn. I can see the sun is shining, but I don't feel it on my back. Put the coin inside my pocket and more paper on the cracks. It's a street lamp in November and not a sunset in July, and that's what makes me cry. She had a bouquet on her shoulder and a knife parked in her fist. And when she messaged him on Instagram, my stomach felt it twist. It's what happened to me lately. I don't burn, I don't jump. It's unraveling in front of me. This year is on the turn. I'm too tired to be furious, suspicious or curious.
This next one is for everyone who loves an ampersand. And more niche, everyone who knows how an ampersand should be used. Here we go. This is called Oh My Ampersand. And on demand, oh my ampersand. Stay at home in your boudoirs. Keep your eyes on the prize because they're pushing against me, they're pushing against me. All the girls in their day glow, making signs because they know they're pushing against me, they're pushing against me. Now on demand, here's your ampersand. She's beautiful, don't you understand? Her sleight of hand can deceive the willing. She's beautiful, oh my ampersand. Stay at home with your ego and don't come out until we say so. They're pushing against me, they're pushing against me. All the boys in their paisley, they're holding out for a maybe. They're pushing against me, they're pushing against me. Now on demand, here's your ampersand. She's beautiful, don't you understand? Her sleight of hand can deceive the willing. She's beautiful, oh my ampersand. Against me, they're pushing 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 against me. Now on demand, here's your ampersand. She's beautiful, but don't you understand? Her sleight of hand can deceive the willing. She's beautiful, oh my ampersand. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We're going to do another new song off our new album, which is out now. The album's called New Modern Homes. And in a second, we're going to get that on there. This song is called Postpone the Revolution. Up the covers, morning sun above us, feel the grass between your toes. The waves are breaking, ground beneath the shaking, must finish soon I suppose. The sunlight gleaming, party goers dreaming, shaking the sand from their hair. The summer lawn still wet, last night you lost a bet, didn't try too hard to be fair. Postpone the revolution, hold off on that retribution, 24 hours at least. The reckoning can wait, we've got a pressing date. Through the trees and down to the sea, through the trees and down to the sea. keeps turning, the fire's burning at 33 1/3. Don't watch the news, too much to lose, so many things we still haven't heard. Sailing all alone into the unknown, sucking up the sun like you do. We've got it made, cancel the parade, we've got better things to do. Postpone the revolution, hold up on our retribution, 24 hours at least. The reckoning can wait, we've got a pressing date, through the trees and down to the sea. Through the trees and down to the sea. Down to the sea, through the trees and down to the sea, through the trees and down to the sea. Thank you.
Thank you. Time for a little bit of punk rock now. This is called My Bed is an Island.
Punk rock tuning coming up. This is another song off the new LP, New Modern Homes.
The writing on the posters on the wall, and did you see me in your family tree, or did you see nothing at all? Now I can't be your man about town or your monthly gentleman caller. You can be my girl in the woods when this conversation runs over. Stay sad in the morning, stay sad when it's gone. My bed is an island for one. And I don't think you'd be here now if you knew the way to the stars. And so listen to what the man said, they've got electric guitars in their hearts. Stay sad in the morning, stay sad when it's gone. My bed is an island for one. Stay sad in the morning, stay sad when it's gone. My bed is an island for one. Stay sad in the morning, stay sad when it's gone. My bed is an island for one. Ah.
Thank you.
Thank you. So this next one, it was the first single taken from our new album. This is a song I wrote about me and Davey, who I formed the band with back in 1984. He's not with us anymore, so this is called Our Songbird Has Gone. I've been waiting all day for the sun wanting to say there's no rush, take your time. Are you writing this down for a new manifesto? Are you stealing my crown? I don't mind, I don't mind. Our songbird has gone. Say goodbye and so long. Our bird songs have flown round the world to your new modern homes. And your little black book has arrived with the postman. All the words to our songs, every scene, every storyline. And your drawings of drums and guitars and cowgirls. Are you stealing the crown? I don't mind, I don't mind. Our songbird has gone. Say goodbye and so long. Our bird songs have flown round the world to your new modern homes. The June Brides, McCarthy and the TVPs, the fall, the loft, the monochrome set, the Bodines and the colour field, Joseph K and orange juice, the fire engines and heavenly, Delta 5, the house of love, the Waltons and the go-betweens. Oh, the gross lobsters and Lloyd, cold blue aeroplanes, the gang of four, altered images, sonic youth, the cleaners from Venus and Sandy Shore, the BMX band is the darling buds, Department S and the Vaselines, Aztec Camera, the Smiths and James, the Beat Hotel and the go-betweens. Oh, the go-betweens. Our songbird has gone. Say goodbye and so long. Our bird songs have flown round the world to your new modern homes. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Simon's just going to have a drink to limber up for this as we canter towards the finale.
This is called Ask Johnny Dee. Ask Johnny Dee, and in which motor car it's safe to be seen. Ask Johnny Dee, and would you like to know what pop kids wear in the sea? Ask Johnny Dee, and tell me who's the girl who plays the tambourine. She just wanted to be close to Johnny Dee, to say ba 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 ba. Johnny Dee, and so is the girl who plays the tambourine. She just has to be close to Johnny Dee to say ba 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 ba. Go! Come on and tell me, Mr. D, why don't you tell me, Mr. D, why don't you tell me, Mr. D, why don't you tell me, Mr. D, tell me, please, Mr. D. Thank you. Thank you. And this is the last one. This is called Completely and Utterly.
Thanks for watching.
Completely and utterly, I am bored of the situation here. Somebody told me nothing's changed for donkey's years. Oh, nothing changes, same old faces. Nothing changes, same old places. Nothing changes, same old faces. Nothing changes, same old places. Completely and utterly, I am sick of the situation here. Somebody showed me nothing's changed for donkey's years. Oh, nothing changes, same old faces. Nothing changes, same old places. Nothing changes, same old faces. Nothing changes, same old places. Saviours, they've come to break your hearts. They come the saviours, they've got electric guitars in their hearts. They come the saviours, they've come to break your hearts. They come the saviours, they've got electric guitars in their hearts. They've got electric guitars in their hearts. They've got electric guitars.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you.
Good night.
And welcome to Soundcheck from Visual Radio Arts. And you've just been watching a fantastic set by the Chesterfields. And as you'll see, the Chesterfields are around me now. So let's get the band to introduce themselves, starting on my far left with a microphone.
I'm Simon. I play bass guitar and sing.
Thank you. And my inner left, inside left, whatever the footballing thing is for it.
I'm Helen Stickland, and I play guitar and sing.
I'm Andy Strickland. I'm originally from the Isle of Wight, and I'm reading guitar and backing vocals.
And on my far right, over in probably, I don't know, it's probably the Scilly Isles, actually.
No. Hi, I'm Rob. I play the drums.
And you don't sing?
They don't give me a microphone.
Right, so that's the band. Right. I was going to do a background, but the background goes back 38 years. You mentioned that in the set.
Yes, it does for me.
Yeah.
And for me and Andy, it probably goes back. Oh, that would be a little bit longer. So.
So, in a nutshell, the band started a long time ago.
Yeah, in 1984.
Yeah.
My friend Davey and I put it together. So we're based in Yeovil, and played through the 80s and split up in 1989, and then reformed a couple of times, and then this time reformed with this lineup. But Andy had played with the Chesterfields in 1987. Yeah.
Okay, so and in that time you did 4 albums over the whole period, excluding the new one.
Well, 3.5, because one was a compilation album of the first 3. We
right.
released an EP and 2 singles on the Subway label, the Bristol label, and they were put together. They sold out quite quickly because Janice Long was playing them on Radio 1, and they sold out very quickly. So the label put out the first 3 singles as a compilation album called Westward Ho, which was the town in the UK that has an exclamation mark in its name. So we thought that was appropriate for us.
Why not? Why not? Yeah, I mean, I think the if you listen back to even the stuff that you played today from that goes back to that sort of vintage, it was definitely the sort of sound that Radio 1 was playing a lot of. They liked bands like the Chesterfields.
Yes, I think
in
the
days.
evening. So Janice Long and John Peel were playing a lot of the music that alternative music and the alternative to the big drum sounds, and you know, it was the people putting on gigs and running fanzines and making creating an alternative universe, really. I think
sort of like I suppose the proto indie sound.
Yes. Well, people call that indie now, but at the time it was that wasn't a term. Yeah.
Helen, how did you get involved with all this then?
I moved to Sherborne. The band is originally from Yeovil, and that's just down the road. About 2007, and I'd been in a all-female fronted Britpop band called the Pony Club, but I hadn't done music for a while. I was singing a bit. I played guitar predominantly, and then I met Simon at Sherborne Arts gig, I think it was, probably, and he was in a band called the Gilbert Quick Orchestra. I wasn't doing anything specifically musically, so I joined them initially just to help out, I think, a couple of gigs, and then one of the members became ill, one of the guitarists became ill, so I filled in for a few gigs, and then we decided we played pretty well together musically, and I think our ideas musically were similar about what we wanted to achieve. So we created Design with Rob, and then
just for everybody else, Design was the name of the band.
The band, yeah. That me and Simon were in, and we had an album out and singles, and you know we did quite a few gigs together, and then. We got asked to do the New York Pop Festival, but that was as the Chesterfields, by which time Andy had sort of come on board again.
So you sort of floated into being a Chesterfield, really. But
all the all the influences and the musicality was the same. I just had to change my guitar sound because Design was a bit dirty.
And the sound that you get between you today is, I don't know, a bit more jangly, I suppose, if I was going to be...
That's why we needed Andy in the band.
Andy, the Jangle Meister.
Possibly, yes. That's kind of my sound, I suppose. So, but it works really well with Helen. I think we play in a very sort of complementary way. So it's really good fun playing with the band. Yeah.
And over there, in the Scilly Isles.
Yes.
So you sort of appeared around the Design time.
No, actually, many years before that, when I was very young, fairly out of nappies, I auditioned when Chesterfields originally broke up. Unsuccessfully, because I couldn't play the drums at the time, for one of Simon's bands, and we'd sort of kind of kept seeing each other over the years, and then I got asked to do a tour where one of Simon's drummers couldn't make it. Yeah, I can't remember when that was, 2005 or 6 or something like that. And then that was that. And we've been playing. I've been playing the drums for Simon in various guises ever since. And I was in design originally, and then rejoined when after I'd left and come back. We did the Chesterfield stuff, and I've always been a big fan. Growing up in Yeovil and going to the EBC gigs that Simon put on in Sherborne. It was a great little music scene, and it can be again. But I think that we've kind of moved on a little bit as the Chesterfields. And got our own voice with Helen and Andy in the band, and it's really nice playing the mix of both the older and newer songs. So I love it.
I mean, I guess at the time the Chesterfields must have been the band, the Yeovil band for a while. Getting Radio 1 play and gigs and what have you.
It was big news in Yeovil. Yeah, it certainly was. Previous to that, there was a really good punk scene, and there was a band called The Mob that sort of led the way as part of that. And I remember being very excited when they got into Zigzag magazine. But then the Chesterfields sort of came through, partly by accident, but it was being picked up by a label in Bristol, and then being played on Radio 1 by Janice Long really changed everything. It really did.
But you've just finished doing a UK tour.
Yep.
And I think the last night was last night, in fact, wasn't it?
Yes, in Winchester.
And that's promoting the new album, New Modern Homes.
Yes.
Interesting artwork, I thought, on the...
Oh, good.
Is that you, is it?
No, it's an illustrator in Bridport who's Paul Blow. I just thought his work would really suit the theme of the album. Yeah, and it's gone down very well with people, yes.
How has being a Chesterfield changed for you, given that you were a very different person probably 38 years ago?
Yeah.
And you play some of the songs from the earlier days, and people normally write songs about stuff that's happening to them at that time. Have those songs kind of got legs? Have they aged with you? And is the new stuff consistent with the person that you were in those days?
The first thing to say would be that a lot of those songs were written by my friend Davey, who was in the band with me in the first place.
Who you mentioned.
Yeah, so I'm singing some of his songs. Ask Johnny Dee was my song, but some of the others are Davey's songs. So I wouldn't like to say what yes, I don't know how to answer that question, really, Phil.
I can give you at least one answer. We play them a lot slower. Some of the drumming on Kettle particularly is incredibly fast. But that's what it was at the time.
Yeah.
I think not only have we added our own sound and changed songs slightly, but we don't need to play them quite so fast because we're all slightly older.
In terms of the album then, so you recorded this album in 2021, that'd be last year, and remind me where and who.
We went to Axe and Trap Studios in Wells with a friend of ours, Ben, who's engineer there. We thought we were going to record demos. We had our 12 songs, and we went in over a couple of weekends and just put things, set up a nice sort of atmosphere in the studio and play the songs as demos to see what we thought. And then I took them to my brother, who used to be in the band in Bristol, and John Parish in Bristol to play them the demos, and they both said these don't sound like demos. And John volunteered to get involved. He came down to oversee. Andy still had some guitars and some singing to do, so John came down to oversee that. And then we went to his studio to mix the album soon after that. So the whole process became much quicker. And luckily, a label in Germany contacted us and came on board at the same time and said they wanted to put the album out. So things just fell into place at all the right times. And then we had to wait a long time for pressing plants to
come back to life. Yes.
So that's sort of the story of that.
And you said it's a German label.
Yes, Mr. Mellow's Music. This is Helmut Herr from Hamburg. I met him a long time ago, and Andy did too. He organised tours for our bands in the probably 1990, something like 91.
Yeah.
And we'd lost touch with him, and then he sort of got back in touch. I think he knew that we were doing things. I think he knew that Andy was now in the Chesterfields, and he just asking what was happening, and you know, so as soon as we had new music, he got very interested, and he started a new label for us. And yes, that's how all that happened, and now it's
in a post-Brexit Britain.
Yes, well, Helmut's not happy about that. Yes, there's a lot more paperwork for him, and it has made things a little bit
trickier for importing and exporting, I suppose.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's my sort of last nerdy question: who is Margaret Calvert that you say hey to?
I'm glad you asked. The fact that you asked is the reason I wrote the song. Well, not you particularly. Margaret Calvert was responsible with Jock Kinnear for our road signs, and she drew them, and to some extent Jock, who ran the office, got all the credit. And I just thought I'm not very happy about that, because I think they are brilliant. They're just like the greatest. I mean, the fact that they've gone all around the world now and that they're still with us. So it was me it was writing about...
Time to give her the credit that
definitely,
she's due.
yeah. And also, if anyone knows, has a contact details for her, I really wanted to hear the song, and I'd love to sort of present her with a copy of the album. So if anyone out there knows how I can sort of make contact with her, that would be excellent.
You heard it here first. Okay. The final thing I'm supposed to ask you about, because it's the elephant in the room, is to do with ampersands. Not to be confused with exclamation marks, which appear in your Chesterfield's title. So
I think ampersands are amazing, and I think whoever designed the ampersand in the first place was genius, because for me, what it does is bring two things together as one entity, and people don't know that anymore. So they use ampersands randomly, you know, and I think I just wanted to...
They're hard to draw correctly.
Yes. But I just wanted to make a statement, and wasn't certain it was going to end up as a pop song. But
so we've moved on from 1980s politics to grammar.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. Well, I'd just like to thank everybody for playing a great set tonight.
Thanks very much. Thank you.
And, thank everybody for watching. I'd like to thank everybody for watching and for listening to the show. And we'll be back in a few weeks' time with another band.
Thank you.